I forgot to switch back to global hotkeys last time, so let's try that again. I'm kind of struggling to decide which controller I really want to use for speedrunning. Honestly, I find the other one more comfortable and easier to hold long term, but I find the Joy-Cons more reliable. So,
Wait, which controller is the other one that you use?
the Hora pad.
I do not know which one that is.
Just go to Amazon, look at wired controllers, and look at the officially licensed ones. Um, Frosty, I think you have a link somewhere. I'm not sure.
I can have a look to see if I can find it real quick.
So comparisons of the Joy-Cons to the wired controller. The buttons are stupidly small. I realize now why I really had such an issue with the ergonomics. It wasn't just the fact that my thumb is always at 90 degrees, but the buttons are also, like, stupid small. They're smaller than my thumbprint. So, yeah. The right and left small triggers are stupidly springy. Um, like, it's really hard to tell if I actually press them or not, which makes skipping text a little bit difficult. And just in general, Joy-Cons are not the most comfortable thing to use. But the problem with the other controller is, it's super tactile. It takes a lot longer to press each button, because the distance is more. And also, just in general, it doesn't feel like a controller to me. Or at least not what I would expect of a controller. Okay. Let's talk about this boy. Let's not do this. Thank you. I forgot to hold B. Do it again.
Oh, I see the controller. It is indeed chunky.
I mean, yeah, it's more comfortable to hold, it's just... not sure if it's actually a controller or not. Like, it doesn't feel like a controller to me. It's easier to hold, it's just... Also, you see the removable D-pad thing? The thing that makes it into, like, the buttons and stuff? Yeah, you can't use that because it's, literal garbage. I do not recommend.
Oof.
Which sucks because having a D-pad that's 4 buttons that isn't one single cross is, like, really weird. Please don't stab me. Why did you do that twice? Frosty, never mind, he found it. Or they found it, sorry. I can kind of understand why I have less viewers right now. Technically, there's a race either about to start or it has already started. Excuse me. So most of the people are going to be away watching that. I'm planning to hopefully partake in a race on Sunday, which is why I'm kind of forcing myself to practice a little more. Also, that hallway RNG was rather unpredictable and rather bad.
Will there be a place for us to watch you do the race?
I will be streaming. Or you can watch the...
you will be streaming it, okay.
Yeah, the way it works is they'll be restreaming, which is streaming my stream. So I think
I see, yeah.
that's how it works. It's something about Raystream. But yeah.
I know some places don't allow people to stream while they're doing the actual race itself.
I don't know how I got bit twice by that snake. But okay, sure, I guess. Okay. This is a wonderful escape. Seriously, Frosty, are you sure you don't have COVID, though? The way your symptoms have been the past few days? Okay, please don't. Please don't. Play it safe. Don't play it safe. Okay.
On you like literally just half a heart, and I'm like, yeah, that's an intense moment. Ah, never mind. I say that as I watch you die. Okay.
Yeah,
Lovely.
the problem with escape is on the back end, you can't really tell, like, like if you're going to take damage or not if you get hit, and there are times where I feel like I shouldn't get hit that I get hit, so that doesn't help me at all. Like there was one point there where a snake bit me twice. He only should have bit me once because he wasn't even touching my hitbox.
Yeah, I understand that.
So it's like,
It
the back end of escape was just not great. I had decent RNG, I just wasn't reacting properly to it because I'm so used to the old controller that I was reacting a little bit slower. Um, and I'm getting consistent 635 escape again, which is not good. I need to get back down into the teens again. Oh boy. So
You
that's
got
fun.
this.
I keep golding Eastern, and I'm not quite sure what all I'm doing to do that. I should rename the gold category to PP. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to change the color. So I know that
Also,
I know
what?
that you can't see when I do a green split. What's called a green split. I will fix that in a second.
Oh yes, I just realized that myself.
You can't see it right now. You'll see it in a bit, but like the only color you can see right now is red. I'm probably gonna change it to purple.
Yeah, because green on green doesn't work.
Why did I walk over there and also boomerang? Good job, me. Yeah, it really doesn't work. I try to fix it with the blue color, but the blues don't really show up. The ones that aren't in use. Oh, come on! I can get Link. Okay, well, at least I'm not getting shanked from the side with a sword. That alone loses me a couple of seconds, because it usually deboosts me back. So the game you were playing earlier, The Binding of Isaac? The Binding of
Yes.
Isaac. Oh, how exactly does it work? Like, I wasn't really understanding what you were doing earlier.
Well, you should have asked earlier, but I can explain now, yes. What exactly do you need explaining?
Just what were you doing earlier in general?
Well, what I begin to do was unlock a character. I could go into explaining that, but that's a bit of a lengthy explanation. So, well, I'll explain what I was doing for what you saw. Um, I was doing a mode called Greed. There's a button in the middle that you press that spawns enemies and spawns a certain amount of coins every round. And you gotta get through 10 waves and buy items and open the item rooms to, uh, at the end, kill Ultra Greed. And don't, so I could donate the coins to unlock a character. My second favorite character, the Keeper. But the problem with that is that the donation machine can jam pretty easily, so it's the hardest character to get. So I was doing that over and over again.
I see now. I was wondering why you were, like, constantly doing the same thing over and over again. I just didn't want to ask at the time.
It's all good. You'd think 5% isn't that high, but when you're putting like 60 coins in, it's pretty high.
Mm-hmm. Especially with how difficult some of those things you were fighting were.
Oh, yeah, at the start it's really, really unfair. Later on, not so much.
I'm probably losing time here. This is fine. Except that I golded. Oh wait, it's fighting the wrong button. Except I golded by 0.7 seconds. Literally.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing it now, and I'm like, yeah, you haven't actually done that bad at all. Done
I
quite
could do
well.
so much better. That's why I was
Oh yeah,
thinking
because you used to be like at 19, but then you exited at like 7, like 13,
14-ish.
14, 13. Well, if we minus 7 from 9, why is my brain want to shut off right now? Does that make
You're
that 12?
you're reading
I,
the
I
hundredths. Excuse me, the tenths, not the
well,
hundredths. The tenths of
I
a
know
second.
I'm reading. I know I'm reading the tenth of. Wait, what do you mean I'm reading? I'm not reading the tenth of the second. Am I?
The 0.7.
No.
That's a
Is
point
that
0.7.
about that? Well, yeah, but is that 0.7 normal seconds?
That's
Or
tenths of a second.
that's tenth of a second? That's weird.
Ow, my back.
I don't like the way it shows that.
Tenths of a second is more accurate, so that you know. Ow. So that you know. I'm not gonna go with this one. It's so that you can easier tell. Oh my goodness, I got good cannonball RNG. Okay then. My overworld was crap, but I got good cannonball RNG. That's good. That was actually the second most optimal RNG for that room. Most optimal would be if it was all left. Excuse me, all right. Ambidextrous sprain. Okay. I got this. If it was all right side cannonballs, that would have been optimal. I hit second most, which is all left side. It's second most because you have to go to the left to go up the stairs, because that's the most optimal way to go up those stairs. So basically, yes, it's optimal because you don't have to do as much diagonal movement, like constantly changing directions, but at the same time, yeah, you still have to wait until the last cannonball passes for you to cross between them, and then go into the ladder. Would be helpful if I actually hit Y. I hit the wrong button. Ew. Because I knew that guy was gonna do that right there. I knew exactly what he would do. And I went, nope, time to get that heart. Currently my quote-unquote gold section is actually looking at my personal best run. Which is not my gold. For most things.
Of course not.
Come on! I'm not going to fairies right now. I've already removed fairies from my route. I'm not getting fairies. End of story. There we go. That's an optimal room. Sort of optimal. Could have done a little bit better, but optimal enough. Can I throw the pot? Throwing the pot would be nice. I'm going to lose a bit more time here. Especially because I messed up Armus already.
Oh yeah, oh gosh, that almost like...
$26. I know y'all can't read that. That's 26.9.
Or can we? I'll check.
You can't. I cannot read it myself, so I'm assuming y'all can't.
Oh my gosh, that is really hard to read.
I told you, it's not that great. I need to fix that.
It like camouflages itself. It's so weird. I read it like for the first few seconds, and then it just disappeared.
Also, if you were paying attention to what the time was before, you can also do the math. Which is why I
Well,
know
yeah,
what
of
it is.
course.
That's why I know what it is. It's 26.9 seconds. I just... it's really hard to read.
Wow, look at this nerd knowing their math.
Because I was reading it while I was waiting for the heart to fall. And I forgot to bonk. Okay, another thing that's really bad about these Joy-Cons is it's really hard to hit the minus without actually hitting the Joy-Con. Not the Joy-Con, the joystick. It's much harder than you would think. Because the joystick is literally right in your way when you're reaching over the D-pad to get to it.
Yeah, I have that problem because I have huge hands.
I have what are considered piano hands. Hands that are good for playing the piano. Which means, yes, I have longer fingers. Welcome back.
I would say my version, but yeah.
Oh, phone died. Yeah, that's fine. Oh. I'm trying to get to Hera so I can test something with the Joy-Cons, which is why I'm using the Joy-Cons. I want to see if I can rock A and B on the Joy-Cons. Because if I can, that'd be a little bit faster for Moldorm and might make Moldorm a little bit easier.
Yeah, those last few runs that I watched with you and Moldom. Yeah.
I'm having issues with that fight because something just seemed to be different between the emulator and the Switch for me. Even though they're both emulators and they should both have similar input lag. One of the Switch has a lot worse for me. It feels like, especially on that controller. So I want to test something real quick and see if it's the controller, if it's the Switch. Ow.
That's honestly understandable.
Trying to figure out what the problem is. Because I can do Moldorm perfectly fine on the emulator. In fact, I spent like 30 minutes earlier just doing it, and I kept on doing it in such a way that I never fell off. But I get on the Switch and I just cannot stop falling off. For the life of me, I can't. And it's like something just disconnected. So, need to figure out what that is. Based on everything else, it feels like it might be the controller.
So with the emulator, we're using the same controller on the emulator.
Yeah, but it seems like I feel like the input delay to the Switch is different on that controller than it is on the Joy-Cons specifically, is what I'm pointing at.
It also could because it's not a controller necessarily made for the Switch.
No,
so...
it is made for the Switch.
Is it?
Okay. Yeah. The one that I'm using on the emulator is the one meant for the Switch. I have a wired controller, so I'm using it on the emulator. Hold on, I need focus. Please don't spike me. Yeah, I'm using the one that I use on the Switch, like the wired HoraPad controller that I was talking about earlier. I use that on the Switch, as well as on the emulator. So it's the same controller, it just feels like with a wired controller, the input delay is slower than it is for the Joy-Cons.
I think it's something to do with the systems itself, not necessarily the controller. Well, of course it has to do with the controller, but hard to explain right now.
So far a decent land mode, that's good. And then I was a little bit too off.
Wrecking land mode recently.
Yes, because I've been practicing. Going to poke you, and you. Okay, poke. Okay, so that one's dead. Okay, that one's also dead. I'm going to lose time off of my gold, so I'm still not gold, but I'll probably be... maybe 30, 50 minutes? 50 seconds? No, I golded. What? What? Here we go again! Oh, I can't even see what that gold was. I just know it's gold because I can actually see it. Nope.
Let me increase the size of my TV, I'll be able to see it fine.
19 seconds. About 20 seconds. What? Also, I'm a little bit high. This is fine.
You are right, it's nearly 20 seconds. 19.7.
I promise you it's going to die in Moldorm. I promise you. I'm sorry.
Well, you know, just to be safe, and you will save time. So just take it slow.
Should I?
In a sense. Well, because even in speedrunning, slower can be faster. In a way.
Okay, squirrels, behave, please. Thank you. Please don't snipe me. Please don't snipe me. Woo! Oh, my earbud's falling out. Got it.
I have to say, the last time I watched you with this old man was hilarious.
Where, I had the squirrels that would not leave me alone.
The fact that you hit the squirrels, which locked them in place,
See,
was hilarious.
I wasn't thinking about where they were. I was just like, stop. I don't want you to snipe me. Please don't.
And then you got one stuck in the doorway, so you physically couldn't get in, even if you tried.
And I needed to get in, and it was like, ah, crap.
You,
I
at
have to
that point,
stand
make
here
it
and
okay for
wait
the
until
long
it
run.
goes. I have to stand here and wait until it gets unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
I did that to Hera too. Like, I was waiting in front of Hera, and I was like, okay, I don't need that guy to stab me in the back, so I'm just gonna slashy slash. And I literally slash him, and he stops dead in front of the door. I'm like, well, I regret everything now. Switching to Lantern here because I have an issue where I accidentally mirror, and that's a time loss. Just so you know.
You know, with issues come tissues.
Oh my goodness, this is so much easier on the Joy-Cons. Oh, this is a problem! The best trick I know that I can actually use is so much easier on the Joy-Cons, except that I'm not doing it anymore because... Oh, that almost sniped me. Woo! Okay, line up. Oh my goodness.
Let's see how this part goes.
Taking it slow. I'm not even looking at the timer. I don't want to know how much time I have.
You shouldn't be looking at the timer anyway. Focus on what you're doing.
You know, if I fall off Mulder, I'm gonna be so upset if I look down and I see what the time is, and it's gonna be like 3 minutes ahead.
If you ever need, I can say that. With 15-minute delay, with 15-second delay. XD. Oh.
Hey, quick note. This is easier.
Just play with Joy-Cons then.
I can't, because it hurts my hands. Don't panic, don't panic. Just be safe. Just be safe. Don't look at the timer, don't panic, because you'll be upset if it's like 3 minutes behind. Why do I have a gut feeling that somebody's about to clip me saying that it's 3 minutes ahead? Dang it! That's why! Alright, y'all can clip that.
I will
Oh
when
my
I get to see it.
gosh! Oh! Hold on! I just, like, my gut is going, huh. I'm gonna be so upset if I fall off and this is 3 minutes ahead when I fall off. I look at the timer.
Holy sugar. Oh.
Don't panic. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Just focus on what you're doing. I'm gonna clip.
My heart. Okay, that helps so much.
I do not need to hear both of our voices like 3 or 4 times. I can't believe you've gotten to 26 minutes. Like, the highest time is like 21 minutes. Like, you've just gotta, like, speed it by 4 minutes. I told you taking it slow is gonna make it faster for Hera.
That's not the only thing. Like, every time I hit B, I actually slashed. Whereas on the other controller, I could hit it like 3 times, and it wouldn't slash. What?
Well, that's why you do. Well, that even then you didn't even focus on slashing. You just held down. You held what was held down your sword and charged it. That's what it's counted as. I don't know. You just kept your sword charged and blocked the whole time and waited for it. Do you want me to send the clip to you? Oh no, there's the clip section in your Discord. What am I saying? Derp.